Hi guys, welcome back. Today we're doing the classic men's haircut. Let's get started. First of all, you want to brush all of the hair back and then you want to dampen it with a little bit of water. You want to section the top from the bottom to follow the head shape. And if the person's hair is short, you don't have to do this. You can skip right into the clipper section of this video. The clipper number that I like to start with is always a 3. It's the safest number. If the guy's hair is shorter, you can go shorter. So you want to hold up the clipper straight up to the ceiling. You do not want to round the head of the shape. You want to keep it straight up towards the sky. You want to turn on your clippers and go straight across and then just move around the head shape. Don't worry about the hairs that the clippers are not going to get. We're going to get those with scissors later on. You want to push the guard up against the scalp. It's a little bit hard for me when I'm working on a mannequin head, but you can do this on a human very easily. Keep carving around the head and taking off all of that excess hair. Carve around the ear, carve around the nape of the neck, and follow the same line. Always take the guard up against the scalp towards the ceiling or towards the sky. This is the best way to get a very blended haircut. Keep moving around the head. I always like to keep a light hand when I'm doing this because it's less aggressive. Sometimes the hair can get caught in the clippers. If that is the problem, you want to add a little bit of oil to your clippers to allow for a more smoother haircut. You want to flick your wrist once you get to the nape of the neck, and you want to push against the nape of the neck and continue carving, moving up the round of the head. Remember, do not round at those corners or the occipital bone. You want to keep the guard up because that will give you a more square silhouette for the man. You want to keep it masculine. You want to clean up around the ears. You can also use smaller clippers. So I have a smaller clipper like the peanut. Those work great. Or you can use the shears. Always move the ears away and be very careful when you do this. Now we're connecting the number 3 hair that we did with the clippers with the rest of the hair using the scissors. So this is kind of like a scissor over comb technique that I like to do because it allows me to create that square silhouette that I want for the man. Always create a square silhouette. You don't want to do a round silhouette because it's just much more masculine. So you want to use the line underneath to connect with the top part of the hair using your scissors. Keep going around. It's a scissor over comb technique. It might look a little bit intimidating. I did fast forward through this, but I am sure that you can do it if you follow the head shape. And you always want to make sure that you stand right in front of your section that you do for the most cleanest haircut. Now we want to connect the top part of the hair that we had clipped away with the rest of the hair. You want to find the parting and then start to section to how you want the hair to fall. Now I do want to put in a disclaimer here that everybody's head shape is different, so you want to follow the head shape of the person that you're working on. You want to start in the back and you want to create a center part. Now we're going to start cutting vertically, connecting the number 3 clipper cut, the cut underneath to the top part, and you want to cut straight across. Continue to dampen the hair. If the hair is dry while you're cutting, you're not going to get a very accurate haircut. You want to keep the same dampness all around the hair. Everyone's hair is different, but this is the main technique that you want to do. Keep going around the head shape and connect the bottom piece of hair. If you ever get lost, you want to use that bottom piece to the rest of the hair and cut straight across, or not straight across, but vertically towards the ceiling. And you want to continue by going around the head, taking off any excess hair and connecting the bottom pieces as your guide. Once we get to the front pieces, you will notice that I will keep them a little bit longer by pulling those pieces back. Once all of that is done, we're going to be checking both sides for evenness by just running our fingers through it. Once that's good, we cut the top section horizontally to create that square silhouette that we were talking about. So just brush the hair up and cut straight across, just a straight line across, and then you just continue moving towards the front. You can choose your desired length. If the person wants short hair, you can definitely do short hair. If you want to keep it long, you can keep it long. You can really play with this, have fun with it. It's just hair. It'll grow back if you go too short. I'm more conservative. I like to keep hair a little bit longer because I can always go back and take it shorter, but I can't make the hair longer. The best place to stand is right behind the person, and you want to connect the side pieces of hair to those top pieces. That way you will get the most even flow of hair. You don't want to keep those pieces too long. Now I'm taking off a lot of hair on this mannequin because he had much longer hair, and I did do a longer haircut before. If you're interested in seeing that tutorial, make sure you check the description. When you section the hair, you're taking very clean lines. The cleaner the lines, the cleaner your haircut. I'm keeping the front pieces long by sectioning out just kind of like the bang area and pulling it back and using the rest of the hair as my guide. You can take this as long as or as short as you want. Like I said, like to keep the hair on the longer side. Now move your body to the side, take vertical sections, pull the hair up towards the center, and take off any excess that is not flowing with your guide. It's important to take off those excess hairs that you may have missed when you first did your haircut. Continue to do this until you get all of the excess hair. Keep the front bangs long for that slicked back look. Okay, so now that it's looking really good, you want to go back around the sides and clean up any hairs that need to be connected to the top part. And I know I did this before. This is really nice if you decide that you want to change your parting, or if the guy that you're working on wants to change the parting, or if you want to go a little bit shorter. Now, if the person you're working on already has short hair, you don't actually have to do this. This is just kind of like a safe policy for me. I always like to keep the hair longer, and then I like to connect everything from the top down to the bottom. And now for the fun part, to blend everything, grab a pair of thinning shears. I'm using texture shears. They take out a little bit less hair than thinning shears, and you want to blend the lines. So just keep going around the head the same way that you cut the hair the first time, and take out little tiny bits of hair. That will blend out any lines that the scissors created and take out any bulk or heaviness. Now you can do something like this, which is kind of like a scissor over comb technique, and just be very slow with it. Take your time, brush the hair back, see how it falls. If it falls nice, then it's just leave it. If you see any corners, you can cut the hair. Now some hairdressers actually use thinning shears or texture shears to do entire haircuts. I don't like to do that. I like to use them as a finishing touch to make sure that everything is blended and falls really nicely. If you're working on someone who has really thick hair, very coarse hair, it can create a little bit of frizz, but I mean, we're all staying home, and if you're doing this at home, this is the best way to blend your lines if you're not familiar with hair cutting. I'm going in with my Kevin Murphy Anti-Gravity hairspray. It's a beautiful spray, and I'm blow drying the style into place. I love using styling products for men because it really brings out the men's haircut. I'm going in with some pomade too from Kerastase for just a bit of extra hold, because this mannequin hair is so soft. You want to push back the hair that is on the sides for any flyaways, and then just style it into place. I can't believe I forgot to mention this, you guys. Use a number 2 guard for the nape of the neck if you want to go shorter, because I did start with a number 3. So make sure that you change your guard to a number 2 and start blending the 2 into the 3. If your guy has shorter hair, you can do a 1, you can do a 0.5, you can do a 1.5. So use any number that you need going from shortest to longest. So here I'm doing a 2 and a 2.5 and then a 3. So this first zone is what I did for the 2, or you can do a 1, whichever is shortest, and then the zone on top of that is a little bit longer, so about a half longer, so like a 2.5, and then a 3, and then scissors, and then you connect everything in with the scissors. So it's like 3 zones, and I'm so sorry I forgot about that. This is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave some comments. I'll see you in another one. Bye bye.